昂就会凤凰。
亲亲切切，是三枪枪。
做幽默，
This tablet you see is a proof that the site is under state protection. From the title you know this place is the Weishan dwellings, where we are visiting.
In general, it has been a valuable civil building throughout Chinese history. The building was constructed in the late Ming Dynasty and incorporated traditional architectural methods and local characteristics, such as a facade that faces directly to the south. Three main longitudinal axes centered at the general mansion, each contain 5 halls. Buildings in 3 axes are connected.
它这个村子的一个被起出的地方呢，就是3套房子呢，都是连在一起的，就是在下雨的时候，它整个通过里边的围栏，它没有给露天下行的，都可以在干地上走得很顺畅。
Such magnificent dwellings vividly represent art, history, and science. Despite all the values, there isn't much preserved. Construction rubbish is scattered on the ground and the walls are broken and dwindled, leaving a question for me behind. Why has such a beautiful cultural heritage not received by enough protection? We need to trace back to the late Ming Dynasty to answer it fully.
我自备站怎么来的，怎么有哪些地方呀，怎么有哪些建筑，都写在这里了。那个一开始是这边的始祖那个许文清，许洪刚的父亲，
对，
他花了40年的心血建造一个村子搞起来了。
因为紫薇山这个许洪刚呢，爸爸有3个儿子，许洪刚是长子。 他还有2个弟弟，所以呢，他就是按照3个兄弟3个建造了3套宏大的建筑。但可惜呢，人算不如天算。大概在造好新房子造好以后，不到35到50年，不到50年，他的这个将军地呢，就是将军的腹地呢，给毁于战火，因为当时天下大乱已经开始了。
那个农民军起义经过自备站，
建国之后，
经过自备站呢搞掉了，烧掉了。
文化大革命对我们紫薇山国家级文物保护单位应该是一个最大的灾难，毁灭了文化，毁灭了物质，毁灭了人民的思想。 我们紫薇山自己村里的人搞了一个革命大队，就是革委会书籍们特别多，有2000多部书籍，自己的村里的人烧掉了2000多部，有几个人把那个许洪刚的画像拖出去，啦拖到地上，也一把火也是拿出去烧。
So, Ruja represents the protection and the development of rural culture in China, and during its construction, the Dongyang government prioritized creating a cultural identity over practicality.
They emphasize a strong cultural image, historical promotion, and infrastructure improvement. This transformed Lujai into a modern historic attraction capable of effective propaganda.
出了800多个秀才，8个进士，2个监员，2个监员就是我们浙江省就是说3年一考的这个2个监员。实话讲，我们卢舍600多年来，我们的祖先辉煌这个成就是看到的。他遗留下来的东西比自备站多，所以他重点保护在那里的。
Due to its central geographical location and wealthy descendants, Lujai now can be seen by the government more easily and since gains more investments and tourist attraction.
罢了。洋人嘛，野蛮无知。朕决定先礼后兵。
Hongdian, the largest filming base in the world, attracts millions of tourists and thousands of TV crews every year.
From the birth of movie Opium War, the enterprise has invested in the base for over 25 years, and Hengdian Town creates about 75 billion yuan in 1 year, becoming the greatest economy in the city, which can be largely benefited from this filming base.
Yes, this profit-seeking industry is so good at fabricating a paradise based on the consensus of the masses, but fails to narrate a true Chinese story.
De Bow, a French philosopher, suggested the concept of a landscape society. So the Hengdian company was fabricating a Disneyized fantasyland by piling up historically idealized spectacles, and so did in Ruzhai.
So people passively and mechanically undertake those landscapes, but not participating in them. And that's why the reason they look so inorganic. Yes, both of them undoubtedly marginalize Ziwei Shan dwellings. It's a vicious cycle, you see. Less investment causes dilapidated buildings and less advisement, which attract fewer visitors, creating less revenues, eventually make the condition worse.
Yeah, I think it is a problem that exists all around the countryside of China. We have lost its organic community with the living culture it embodied, growing out of immemorial experience to the natural environment and the rhythm of the year.
We must admit that the modern democratic consciousness based on instrumental rationality and urban civilization has continuously eroded the rural spirit and weakened the endogenous order of rural culture.
So as Xiangbiao suggests, in fact, the center does not care about many marginal places, which have a strong autonomy and a kind of flexible and open relationships.
For shaping the rural cultural order, they, who should be responsible for the revitalization of rural culture, and are in state of absence, which directly leads to the hollowing out of villages and the hollowing out of rural culture. The rural society's blood and local characteristics are gradually weakened. Modern buildings have replaced traditional dwellings, and traditional villages have disappeared in large numbers, with less than 5,000 conventional villages with high conservation value remaining.
The conflict and collision of multiple values between urban and rural areas have caused rural life and even urban villagers to lose their clear cultural affiliation, weakening the cohesiveness of rural social development and resulting in different degrees of value loss, cultural discontinuity, and identity crisis.
Though the village has received funding and donations from the government and villages, it is still a drop in the bucket. Those core issues haunting the town for decades still can be addressed. So I think seeking new industries and appropriate methods to ameliorate this so-called status quo has become increasingly crucial and urgent. Qingshan Village, a probably poor and underdeveloped village, with the support from the government, newly constructed infrastructure can combine with the beauty scenery of village, bringing thousands of tourists as well as coming toward the town.
So, will thousands of other ordinary villages like Ziweishan village find their own way of development? And this is still the question unsolved.